Hi boys, welcome back to another build. This is an updated build guide on my PFE build that I did a while back. Um, Disclaimer, this build is not great in the new escalation because armor is not the best thing to put on. You want more damage like Striker or just all red, but that's all we're here to talk about. Just want to show you kind of what my thinking process is with updating this build to the new prototype gear. Um, we haven't changed much, and it will get better. There are some issues with Tinker Mask not working with prototype shotguns or just in general, so I can't prototype my weapons yet. But the augment that I believe is one of the better ones, it's more of a utility augment than a augment that will help you do more damage. But in turns, it does give us more damage because we actually have removed Pummel off of our KSG and now we are running Killer, which grants us 70 crit hit damage after getting a kill with a crit, which is pretty much every single time you get a kill. And then we rock Brazen on the shotgun. We are running the ACS 12 because honestly it's kind of funny. We used to run the 612. You can still run this as a secondary. Keep in mind you probably will never pull the secondary out. Your primary will be your main damage, aka the KSG. Eventually, maybe I'll update this build to rock an M870 like this shotgun because it is a better shotgun. Damage output wise, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So the augment that I'm choosing to run is Paradox. Paradox provides a chance to refill 2 bullets back in your mag, and we have that on every piece but our glove. Sadly, our glove has not. It's been very not allowing us to roll this. We have Amalgam, which allows us to get a random status effect on a 5-second cooldown. Honestly, one roll of this, if you upgrade this, probably not too bad. We do shoot 8 pellets, so it tends to proc here and there. I have not upgraded this because I do want to re-roll this, but costing 10 prototype cores right now is a bit expensive to re-roll. So I'm not, eager to re-roll that. I might just keep it in the build because it is nice to occasionally shock or blind the enemy. And then but like I said, we also have Paradox on just everything else. So I am happy that we have this at a higher chance now. If we go to our stats, we're at a 9.5% chance to refill our magazine. This build is now sitting at 57 crit chance, 162 crit. It used to sit at 59, 140. So we have increased our stats a little bit. I got, on my backpack, I got max armor when I upgraded. On my glove, I got max crit damage. My knee pad, max crit damage. My holster, I actually got max crit chance, which allowed us to switch our mods off of 1 crit chance mod to a crit damage. So now we're running double crit damage. Also, if you really wanted to, you could get rid of this reload and put headshot or rate of fire here if you want. I'm going to keep the reload for now until I get my Paradox up higher. Once I get the Paradox up higher, I will definitely be switching that off and maybe switching to the M870. But for now, I'm going to keep that how it is. And then our chest, we got max weapon damage. Can't prototype Tinker Mask because it is an exotic, and due to tinkering or due to prototyping, we cannot change that. We have a quick step, same old quick step. Everybody, movement speed. And then still running shield and scanner pulse. I'm a big fan of scanner. Shows where the enemies are, shows what your threats are, shows what is reds and purples, which is what you're threatened by in this build. You can still, if you want, I'd recommend decoy or EMP sticky. If you're running a black tusk mission, you have wallies and dogs to EMP. That's also a really good thing to run. I personally don't run Revive Hive, but if you're new to the build and you're trying to get used to it, you can rock a Revive Hive. Or if you want to rock it for a teammate, go ahead. And if you're doing that, you can also switch the quick step to a TDI card so you get a extra Skill tier, when you have it out, you drop your hive. When you have this out, you'll get 2 charges, revive that boy, pick him up, pick up your hive back, then you still have 1 charge left for yourself or for another ally. We still, of course, rock crossbow. Crossbow gives us 10 PFE and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I also want to show you boys how Paradox works, because it's quite funny, and it's actually really amazing. The reason why I have an ACS 12 here is because Paradox with ACS 12 is, it's pretty amazing. I really enjoyed this. It honestly doesn't seem bad DPS either, compared to like a KSG Expertise 30 compared to a 15. It doesn't seem bad. And I'll show you, like, here we have a target right here, just close range, just to kind of show you. Just look at my ammo on my shotgun. Look, it's proc twice, down to 10. We don't have to shoot this target. I can just honestly shoot the wall if you want me to. Like, I'm getting really bad procs here, but here now I'm getting some procs. It's going back up in ammo. You can see that. So now I don't have to reload. So now we don't have to run like Pummel, for example, anymore. We can just kind of spray to our heart's content, and this will only get better. Oh, there's the shock from the glove augment that I have on. Here, I'll show that again, just so you are familiar with what I'm talking about. Every bullet has a chance to apply a random status effect at a 0.5 chance. This is only level 1. If you are curious on my augment levels, should show this, but sorry. Augment 3 on the backpack. My chest piece is 4. Holster is 1. Close to getting it to 2. And then 3. Which, like I said earlier, brings us to a 9.5. But yeah, you can see that, like, I'm constantly getting my ammo back. I'm not really worried about reloading. And the higher percent I get this, the better this becomes. Like right here, I'm about to have to reload, but... Oh, wait. It saved it. Oh, okay. But then this is where it gets really funny. So if we switch to the ACS 12... Here, we're going to switch this to our primary, so our Tinker Mask will get the buff. And then we can even reset this DPS here. And, like, you can see, like, this thing actually does do 7 mil isn't horrible, considering it's only actually 15 and it's 12. And you can see my ammo here. Like, I can kind of just spray for quite some time. Keep in mind, this is only a 9% chance to proc, where I can get this all the way up to like a 40%. And look at this ammo. Like, this is amazing. This is truly hilariously amazing. Like, look at this. I'm just gonna keep spraying until this finally dwindles down here. You can see the ammo fighting back to bring it back to life. Oh, it's running out. Oh, it's still there? Okay. But look, we got an extra, what, 70 shotgun? I mean, look at that wall. Absolutely plastered. So, yeah, like, that's why I really enjoy Paradox. It allows some goofiness, but it's also utility. Because we don't have to reload, so we don't have to... Because I do know that, like, playing this build, and some people have talked to me about running Pummel on their KSG on harder... not harder content, but where you're fighting only elites. The problem is... if someone steals your kill, or not you being kill hungry, just like someone, oh, you had a reload, or you had a, in between your shot, like, it could be annoying to proc Pummel, which, if you don't know Pummel, it's 3 consecutive kills, refills the magazine, which is great on a KSG, and grants 40% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Fantastic. Utility and damage in 1 talent. The problem is, like I said, if someone not steals your kills, but, in between your shots, they take it. If you've played this build, you kind of get what I'm talking about. So I get, like, the whole reloading part can be a little annoying. If you just want to sit there and chill and just vibe out and just Paradox proc, it's great. It's amazing. Absolutely love it. And for anybody that don't know why, I can show off why we run. Sorry, I'm being weird. Pulling out a quick step so I run quicker. If you don't know why we run crossbow, I'll quickly go over that. It is also utility. Crossbow gives us 10% protection from elites. This is a PFE build, aka a protection from elites. Medkit, you can team medkit, so if someone's, down bad and they need to get a medkit, you can be like, hey man, I got you. Just You know what I mean? Just sit and cover. I'll pop you because now you're healing yourself and them and potentially other teammates. You know, conserving other people's medkits. Fire grenades, great for crowd control to prevent enemies from shooting back if you know a spawn point or whatnot. Crossbow allows you to one-hit Chunga armor plating. I think I haven't fully tested this, but I think even in higher escalations, it can one-hit armor plating. I do need to test that to confirm that, but I do know that I've played tier 5s and I have seen crossbow one-hit Chunga armor. So if it does one-hit on this, you could put crossbow in your DPS striker builds and crossbow Chunga on higher tiers when they have ridiculous amounts of health. You could run that in a support build, support healer. But yeah, that's for another video, whatever. Also, this is another big one, and this is actually why keeping that amalgam status effect augment would be great for you and your team. So group members gain 10% damage to targets with status. Well, guess what this augment does? Which I thought this augment would be really good. They did lower the amount chance to proc it, but still, I think this maxes out around 2 or 3% at max roll. I'd have to pull it up to actually know that for sure, but it's right around 2 or 3% for max roll. But because you're shooting pellets, this should proc fairly often. It is on a 5-second cooldown, which kind of sucks a little bit. If you want to be honestly more funny with Paradox and ACS 12 procking, put Paradox here, because that's what I would like, because that's just amazing. Also, if you want to see other shotguns with Paradox, I can show you that really quick. So I know, like, for example, you know, the new Sheriff shotgun got released. You know, you can rock a Sheriff in this build. And if you get pretty lucky here, your reload is a lot, you know, takes a lot longer to get that reload off. Because you're just Paradox procking. I mean, look at this. Look at that. Look at that, boys. Look at it, man. Hell yeah. Paradox going hard right now. Oh, I can't even dump the mag. W Paradox. Oh my gosh, wait, are we actually not gonna drop the mag? Oh. Oh, it's going down. It's fighting for dear life. Oh my gosh. Okay. You kind of hit my point. As you can see, Paradox with shotguns is amazing. It's fantastic. It works really, really well, as you can see. You could also, if you wanted to, you could slap in a Scorpio too, and, you know, do kind of the same thing here. A little lower rate of fire here, but we did not get as lucky there with our Sheriff. But you can kind of see the picture, the idea of Paradox procking is actually amazing. It really is, and it has improved this build, in my opinion, quite a bit. Because, like I said, the people that hate pummel procking, me including, we're getting rid of that. We can now just reload for free by shooting air. Of course, you don't shoot air, shoot the enemy, please. But you get my point. Also, just to briefly go over this build again, this build is at a 57 crit chance, 162. Keep in mind my gear is prototyped with some crit damage on and 1 crit chance. And then we run KSG as our primary with Killer now. I would recommend keeping Pummel on until you get some good Paradox. I personally swapped to Killer after 2 Paradox rolls, only had a 3% chance to proc Paradox. It will give you, on average, what I was averaging was an extra 4 to 6 extra shotgun shots with the Paradox proc on my KSG. So, you know, extra 16 shots, or an extra 4 to 6. So, roughly a 20 round mag, roughly. But if you get it higher, it can be truly infinite. Which is why the ACS 12 is. Because if you look, when I proc Paradox, the ammo comes out of thin air. So you could theoretically shoot this gun infinite and just, you know, never have to reload, never pick up ammo. That's why I think ACS 12 paradoxing is quite funny. But we always maintain 4 blue cores in the build. to pop our Adrenaline Rush harder. Also for survivability, you can go 3 in heroic difficulty and like countdown and stuff if you want a little bit more damage. But I would recommend the 4 blue setup. This is better for legendaries. And then 2 reds, of course. The blues and reds don't matter where they go, but I would recommend trying to get it. Badger Tough always rolls blue core. These are a little bit, improvised pieces. They're all random rolls, so you can try to get that. Seska, we still fit Seska in the build. Seska might dwindle out of the build eventually. For now, I'm going to keep Seska in because the one piece is 8 crit chance. The only reason you would ever get rid of Seska is if you got really lucky and got multiple max crit chance mods, like multiple max protocol improved crit chance rolls. That's the only reason I would ever switch off Seska, but that's for a later date. Right now, I'm going to keep Seska in the build because it is granting an extra 8 crit chance, which allows me to get more crit damage. Also, I'll go briefly over this. If you don't know where improvised gear is, you cannot craft it. It will not drop protocol. You will have to expertise at 230 to be able to get it. But you come over here to the crafting cable, scroll down to other, and you'll see random brand set and improvise. We'll just go and craft one of these really quick. If you see complete random rolls, that's trash. We're not worried about that. But you can trash that, do whatever. But yeah, that's where you craft improvise if you did not know that. So, yeah. Other than that, I think we're going to jump off the end of the video here, boys. Everybody take it easy and enjoy the rest.